Oh my god, I can't believe it. Dan Mace liked my post. Oh my god, I still can't believe it. Dan Mace liked my post. Unbelievable. So, okay, so fanboy aside, let's start the video. So since one of you guys asked me if I could do a detailed tutorial on how to do Dan Mace's motion scrapbook style, I will blend the comment in right now. I decided to make a video about Dan Mace's motion scrapbook style. I don't really have to understand why you want to know it, because Dan Mace already explained everything in his video. Like, he made a video about motion scrapbook styling. If you haven't watched it, I will link the video down below. And so let's begin. I will use Dan Mace's video as a supportive, so you know that what I'm talking about is not just bullshit. So this is actually what he uses for his motion scrapbook style format or
motion scrapbooking.
I have no idea what it is. But the thing is, it is really hard. It is so much work. Like the actual editing and everything is not that much work, but the actual filming or the actual making picture, it's so hard. So the first thing we need in order to create the motion scrapbook style from Dan Mace is that we are not allowed to get any ambient light.
Make sure your lighting is consistent and there is minimal to no ambient light, as this will be noticeable in the final picture.
What does it mean? It means that especially daylight is not okay, so we need that it is dark. So as you can see, there's no daylight anymore, so you can say that there's no ambient light anymore, and now we're able to film without it getting noticed, so you won't see shadows or lights on the picture. So what light do I use? I once used the normal daylight from my living room, and it was kinda okay. But this time I'm using these lights. These lights were borrowed from my sister. She gave it to me when she went to Beijing this year, and so I'm gonna use these, which are hopefully better. So to the second thing you need before you even start the video is you need a rig, a stable rig which will hold your camera.
A stable rig. This one was recently built, but I've also made use of really flimsy, more unreliable rigs that still seem to do the job.
I will show you an example of mine which I used from the video before. Okay, so here's the rig. That's the rig, that's the camera, here is the underground, and there is the light. Okay, so right now I prepared everything I prepared the rig, I prepared the light, I prepared the camera. Though I didn't prepare any materials for the motion scrapbook style, so I will just use a few pieces of things I just found, since I don't think that I will present you a good Dan Mace motion scrapbook style. Instead, I will just present you anything which you can in turn translate into something useful. Like, it needs a ton of work in order to produce the Dan Mace motion scrapbook style, and right now I don't have the necessary time and the patience to do it. So I will show you the rig right now. Okay, so this is my temporary rig, because I don't have any professional ones and I don't have the necessary money in order to buy a bad one, so I just have to make myself a rig with just a tripod. Here's a tripod and my camera and a few household things like a chair and a weight, which in this case is a bottle of a six pack of waters. So how will this work? Like obviously I don't really need the light which my sister gave me, like the LEDs. So instead I will just use my usual room light, which is probably enough because you can't see any shadows on top of my 2 pieces of paper. So how will this thing work? I would just put material in it, like this cap, and then I will make a picture piece by piece. Like I will make a picture, move the cap a little bit, make a picture, move a little bit, make a picture, move a little bit, make a picture, and so forth and so on. So instead of just pressing this button here, oh my god, it's so dark. So instead of pressing this button here every single time, I will use the Canon remote controller, so that I will be able to stand far away and be able to press a button on my iPhone right now, which will in turn trigger the Canon camera to shoot a picture. So let's go. And now this bad thing happened. iPhone has no battery left. So I gotta charge it for a while and then let's see what happens. Okay, so to anyone interested on how this works, you just move the thing, make a picture, make sure that the camera gets a good picture, like the picture is here. Oh my god, a little bit down. Then you press, then you move the thing a little bit, make another photo, then you move the thing again, make another photo, and then you just kinda move the thing on whenever you like to. You only have to remember that you need to make a photo every single step. So in the end it's just like you're animating things, or you're just making a movie out of pictures. So right now it is the day after evening where I try to do the Dan Mace's motion scrapbook style, and the result is pretty okay. Like I only made about 23 pictures, which roughly translates into a little bit less than 2 seconds worth of Dan Mace's motion scrap style, because I personally use about 12 frames per second for the Dan Mace's motion scrapbook style. And now I will show you how you edit the pictures into a full video in Davinci Resolve. I personally use Davinci Resolve because it is free and it is really complicated. So whenever I want to do anything in my movie, I'm able to do it in Davinci Resolve, and I don't have to search for another project. Besides, Davinci Resolve is, if you only use it as a basic tool, it's also okay. So I will show you it right now. Okay, so right now, to be completely honest, here are the pictures. You can see my white mouse. These are the pictures I made. There are about like 23 pictures. And now I will edit them into the so-called into my so-called timeline where the finished movie will come out. So I will drag the 23 pictures in it. It's only very tiny, so I will make it bigger. So these are the 23 pictures I made, and now I will change the clip speed or the duration. Yeah, I will change the clip speed, and now I will do it like 2 frames per second. Why? Because Davinci Resolve automatically makes 1 frame per second. So in other words, one picture will turn into 1 frame. Oh wait, to be honest, it won't be it won't be 2 frames per second. It will be 12 frames per second. Dan Mace said personally that that motion scrapbook style has to be shot in 10 to 13 frames per second.
Sequence is set to 24 frames per second and that each photo holds for 2 frames. Motion scrapbooking should generally be shot for 10 to 13 frames per second to give it that nostalgic scrapbooking feel.
So around 10 to 13 pictures will be shown each second in order to get that nostalgic feeling. I will change that, and now I will drag things out. Yeah, and now this should roughly translate into 2 seconds. So since my PC isn't that good, I'm not able to show you, but you will soon see it. Like, I will make this thing right now. So that's for the video, and I will write everything I have just said in this video down below in the box where you can open it and then see what I have written. I will also link Dan Mace's guide on how to edit down below, where he explains everything. And last but not least, I have to thank Dan Mace to give us this format style.
And now I'm passing it over to you, Bru.
Even though it's a ton of work, and I will probably like not use it that much because it's so much work. Like these 2 seconds I just showed you, I had to take 23 pictures, I had to move everything and make a picture, and it's too much work. So yeah, but thanks for giving it to us, Dan. And I wish you a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year, or if you will never ever see me again, a great life. So bye, and have a great time.